All right, so this is for Skill Builder number 2. These are the notes you'll want to use and take notes off of. All right, so number 1 here, it has a proportion. So a fraction equals a fraction, and you're trying to find x. Remember, with proportions statements, that two ratios are equal is what makes up a proportion. So if I say 4/3 has to equal 20x, 20 over x, sorry, we need to figure out how that works. Well, excuse me. If I want to make 4 to be a 20, what do I multiply? Oops, sorry. Just wrote on. Okay, what do I multiply 4 by to make it a 20? And I'm going to multiply it by 5. Now remember, this is 4 over 3. So if I multiply the top by 5, I must multiply the bottom by 5. And so my answer here, 4 times 5 is 20. 3 times 5 is 15. So I know x is 15. So that's one way to go about doing this. It gets a little more complicated when we get some binomials involved, like these two problems. So another way to do this is, well, common denominator would be 3x. So the common denominator is 3x. So if I need this 4/3 to have an x on the bottom, I multiply both top and bottom. If I need this one to have a 3 on the bottom, I need the top to also have a 3. So I get 4x over 3x equals 68 over 3x. If I were to multiply everything by 3x, these go away. So I can solve that. 40x equals 60 by dividing both sides by 15. No, I'm just joking. Sorry, I just gave you the answer. I'm trying to get x by itself, so I'm going to divide by 4. Now I get x equals 15. See, I kind of, in my brain, I was jumping ahead there. Now, there is a shortcut. I wanted to show you those two methods so you can see why this other method works. We just, in the math community, do not like to use it as a method because it's more a trick. And so, because if you were to get two ratios on one side, like say you had another something over here, I don't know, that's not what I wanted, but let's say 5 over 6, okay? Cross multiplying doesn't work, but in this case, cross multiplying will work. If I take 4 times x, I get 4x, and then I take 3 times 20, and I get 60, I can then just solve this by cross multiplying. So that's what we're going to do to solve 2 and 3. It's a much faster method. It's just like I said, it's a trick. It's not actually, because it doesn't work when you actually start getting bigger equations into this. So I wanted to show you those other methods and why this kind of works. So on this next one, on 2, I'm going to take 3 times L plus 57. Notice I put L plus 57 in parentheses because it's 3 times all of that, equals 7 times L, which is going that way. See why it's called cross multiplying? I make a cross that's going diagonal. Okay, anyways. So I need to, for this next line, distribute this 3 to both things. Okay, so I get 3L plus 171. And then I have, that's an equal sign. I'm getting a little sloppy here. 7 times L is 7L. I need to get the L's to one side, so I subtract 3L to both sides. Get 171 equals 4L, and I divide by 4. And that fraction does not simplify, so it's 171 over 4. And that's how you're going to type it in as an answer on the assignment. Okay, number 3. Cross multiply. I have 5 times 2x plus 1. And I have 2 times x plus 2. Okay, going to distribute here and on this side there. So I get 10x plus 5 equals 2x plus 4. Let's get the x's on one side. I'm going to subtract 2x, so that gives me 8x over here. And I'm going to subtract 5, from both sides. And then I have 8x equals -1. To get x by itself, we're going to divide by 8. Whoops, it switched to my eraser. And so it's -1 divided by 8. And that doesn't simplify. So that would be the answer that you type in if this were the problem that you have in Canvas. So now go ahead. You took the notes. Go ahead and do Skill Builder number 2 in Canvas in the assignments, or it might be listed under quizzes. You can follow the link also on the Thursday, April 2nd page.